Welcome, you're watching Kaleidoscope Ceylinco Live News Capsule. Welcome, this is Ceylinco Live News Capsule. Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickremesinghe declared that he was bolstering the country's economy by positioning Sri Lanka as a smart nation. He launched the Smart Nation initiative on the theme Smart Country 2048. While it seems a reasonable enough timeline, there are some questions. Cybersecurity professional and technocrat Asela Waidyalankara met up with me at Cinnamon Lakeside for some answers. Now, there's much discussion about making Sri Lanka a smart nation. Are we ready?
We should have been ready. We should have been ready yesterday. But to make a smart nation, there's a series of steps that we have to take. And there's a huge few gaps that we have to fill. In that essence, we need to move in haste and make sure we close that gap and fill those holes. There's a lot of will and commitment required to make sure we see through.
Prioritizing the changes, what should they be?
Policy consistency is the first one. Secondly, we need to relook at some of our legislation. By design, they are made in an era where we had paper-based data. If we are to move towards a smart nation, a digital economy, we need to probably relook at how we store and transmit information within the public sector, especially. And in order to do that, we need to talk reform in terms of legislation, reform in terms of cutting the red tape, bureaucrats looking at it in a very different light, policymakers being forward-thinking, as well as citizens being more digitally savvy and aware.
And what are the bottlenecks that you see we will come across?
Sri Lanka as a whole has an issue with policy consistency. We need to make sure that the policies we discuss today are well accepted, and even when there's a change in terms of government or in terms of heads of state, certainly those policies continue, because we have to be further long thinking, at least a decade ahead. We need to plan. And if we do that and we are committed to those policies, certainly we can achieve the changes that we sought to achieve and elevate Sri Lanka's position to a place where we are competitive and sought after by our regional peers.
Looking ahead, if we meet these aspirations, what are the benefits the country will see?
We will see a more efficient and transparent public sector. We will see a robust governance. We see transparency. We'll see less corruption. We will see agility within the private sector, government sector, which is akin to the private sector. So these are some of the benefits that citizens can get. So I think this is the mindset change we need to start with, and the tremendous benefits that we'll reap once we get to that destination will propel our country and will propel our development forward.
Kaleidoscope is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn, and if you like our show, subscribe and follow for weekly updates.
You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Ceylinco Life.